Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
How y'all doing? Happy Saturday.
Welcome to our YouTube channel.
Yes.
We are the Common Sense Sisters.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Ella.
My name is Yo-Yo. Today I'm not going to forget that we're
Greetings to everybody. Your faves are here on Saturday.
Always on
I
time.
don't see this lipstick not stain my teeth.
I think you're looking good.
We have a very, very important issue to address tonight, everybody.
Yeah.
So as you're coming in, please remember to hit the like button, share the video, make yourself comfortable. To the Common Sense Squad, we greet you all. To the members, the new squad members, we greet you specially. Welcome to the squad. Where enjoyment and common sense is free for all.
Every Saturday.
Every
Every
Saturday we're right here, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you and all that. Junior, hello.
Hey, Junior. Happy Saturday.
You get which of the cities? You know we are global babes. Which of the cities?
Which of the cities?
You know we global.
Hi,
Brian. Eva was the first to come here yesterday. So
Eva.
hi, Eva. Whenever you come, hi, Eva. Today we'll have a very Junior is in Toronto. Toronto. What you doing in Toronto?
They've lifted all the bands.
We outside in Toronto this year.
We're gonna be outside. We're gonna be summer.
Oh my God! So we want to first of all thank the Common Sense Squad for carrying this channel on their head. And some people who go the extra mile. Not only did they contribute to our channel via the super chats, some people send us money via PayPal or Cash App. And we got this cash from somebody, and they left a very beautiful note.
And that is to say that the person most likely watched the videos on
the video, because they said they are giving us this money. It doesn't matter whether we take it with our left hand or our right hand. And I'm like,
so it's like the person that gave us this money with
Thank you. That just made us so. I was so
excited.
I laughed.
We
were walking. Yo-yo, take to the text message from somebody.
And the person put like emojis, put like rose and laughter, and it was like,
so you made our day. Oh, good
Welcome.
Junior is a young girl. We've not been to young girl this year.
I should be going to young girl.
I'm
been to young girl. I got Chipotle now.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's
true. The last question.
Today's topic. Before we go to today's topic,
today is International Women's Day.
It is. I thought it was March 8th.
No, March 5th too.
Well, it's all Women's History Month.
This is Women's History Month. I believe that today is International Women's Day. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. But if I'm right, also
the whole month belongs to women. That's what counts. So
globally.
And we know. Last year, we shot a couple of videos in anticipation for this month about feminism. Two of the videos have already been released.
Before them. You know who we are now, proactive Common Sense Sisters. We plan for the future.
Yes.
By the time the future arrives, we are already there. Today! How do you do?
What do you do today?
So you're saying, my dear,
so we shot videos ahead for the month of March, for Women's Month, and they're already rolling now. To show them last year. The first one was the history of feminism. We're just letting people on this live, you have not caught up with this video. We know Tunde as well, because Tunde left the comments. So please check out these two videos that dropped last week. This week, because we're still in Saturday. Check out the two videos, the history of feminism and why Nigerian men or some people hate feminism. You would enjoy the video. Please leave comments. Some people are
the comment section is becoming juicy. Interactively juicy.
Some people are leaving storybook for us to read. Please,
somebody write novel.
For the comment section. Please pour out your heart.
Put how you feel, but it's very important that you watch the video
and share the video.
You watch the video, like get your arguments and paraphrase and say, and I quote, this is the part I agree or I disagree.
Want to engage.
Need intellectual stuff going on there.
Engage, okay?
So
those who have watched it, thank you. But did you share the video though?
Yeah.
Did you share the video though?
We need to share the video, okay?
Today, the topic is
today.
Our level don't change. Today's topic,
we are unscrewing.
We are coming here not to bring
joy or peace. No, not to bring peace.
We're going to bring war.
We are going to be unscrewing tables. Common sense that we don't break tables because it's useful, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we are all on this table.
So we can create something new table. Something with refreshing.
A table of common sense ideas.
Yes, at the banquet with everybody today. Today we're going to be talking about this topic on the screen here.
A submission.
Submission. Now, submission. Who get assignments? According to Simi. He wants a submissive wife as a breadwinner.
Please, I want to ask a question. Who is a breadwinner? Is this somebody that wins bread? Because you eat bread. You eat a lot of bread.
I eat a lot of bread. I do. I eat a lot of bread.
Yeah, you eat a lot of bread. So, and then we had a poll.
We had a poll yesterday too, and we asked a simple question. We said, are you for or against submission? Please vote and leave a comment. Be sure to come tomorrow, which is today, for this live show. We must tackle this matter. Relationship people, come on time.
All these relationship
people, come on time. We got 11 votes as of 15 minutes ago when we took this screenshot. Nobody said they are submissive. No man on this platform said that they are a man and they want a woman to submit. If you're a man and you want this, go and vote. But as of today, when we checked, it was 0%.
Yeah.
18% said they are women and they want to submit to their man. 36% said they don't believe in submission. They only submit to their teachers and oga, their bosses. And 45% said it depends on who's asking. In the comment section, Annie of Canada said, I believe in men and women submitting to each other. Submission is not a gender thing. It's a two-way thing. Angela Hill came and gave us option number 5. What did I say?
Angela, she's on the hill of common sense.
Angela was there when we were creating the poll. She was also there when we took out number 5.
She was there spiritual.
Angela said, I only submit to God. Maka, the president of the Common Sense School, says submission all the way. Maka held that 18% because it was 50-50 of number 3 and 4.
so she tilted.
And the Knights of the Common Sense Squad, Batobi, said submission to what? What year is this?
1200
BC. That's before Christ.
So let's see.
Yes. Child, 20 February. Are you a February baby? Welcome. We've not seen this going on.
Yeah, welcome. Were you born in February?
If you are born in February, come on.
Junior, but they hype now. Are they hype? We gotta make these people happy.
Junior said,
breadwinner. Okay. Plus a submissive wife? Question mark.
What's it called? Tomorrow. If you ask us.
Now who we go ask?
Oh, Jesus. Did we even make announcements in this video?
We don't make announcements. We don't make announcements.
Sorry, you know how we do it here.
The topic
is hot. You gotta be respectful. We'll have the link later. You know how we do it here. We'll talk about the stories and we'll have the link. You have to be open-minded, stay on topic, don't use bad words, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and share. If you're new to the channel, you can check out our about page to learn more about the Common Sense Sisters and the Common Sense School. Our community page as well will give our regular updates to keep you posted where you vote and you see what we'll be talking about or any new videos that we've posted. The playlist is arranged in a beautiful manner for you to go and binge watch and enjoy over 300 something videos. Content is too much. The content is too much. So go there and share the gospel of common sense while you're at it. And the last one is on social media. Common Sense Sisters everywhere. You know that's how we roll.
Back to this.
Who's in the house. Gosa is saying submission. Any human being, they will be.
We don't name the
men of this platform. You people have my heart because your common sense is too much.
It's very contagious.
Okay, I think we are ready to go straight to the story
of today.
1. Look at the forum.
Where
first tweet of the day. First of all, let's define submission. Should we define submission?
Yes, we can start from defining
submission. Okay, we'll define submission. I think Junior already helped us with that. But according to Google defines the word submit as a verb,
action,
to accept or to yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person. It can be substituted for giving, yield, give away, break down, give in, and so on and so forth. Number 2 defines submission as a subject to a particular process treatment or condition. Not be we talk about. Now Google talk am. For example, sample submitted to low pressure. Whoever wrote that example in Google.
I don't even understand.
You are very funny. Junior saying, I wish you guys can see me laughing my ass off. Like when the topic is Junior, we can feel it.
Now the matter with day,
We can feel
you
it.
people know.
I should take consider they see our face.
You people know that no matter how difficult a topic is, the common sense sisters are going to carry it.
Like you're going to be light. You're going to be light.
Because we believe we have the courage and what it takes to bring the most difficult topics to the table of the common sense squad. Where we have different calibers of human beings, male and female, globally, who will come to the table to debate, argue, agree, disagree, respectfully,
but still share the
gospel of common sense. There's no other place on the planet where. That's why we say any other common sense is an counterfeit.
Counterfeit, they don't exist.
And they will bring humor to this platform. This topic.
We are going into this time. We're losing small start to be waiting for anyways. I know what's the case.
Story
number 1. All these people that like doing African time. Story number 1. Speed now, as you hold my leg.
A lot of Nigerian mothers are the breadwinners in their family.
Wow.
You just don't know it because they have to hide to protect the man's ego. Not only do they have to provide, they still have to play submissive wife so their husband's ego is not bruised. Some women are superhuman.
Superhuman. Who sing that song again?
I know you have
to my whole life.
I'm not saying that even the lyrics kiss for
we think as per mistress before. You can see me to myself. Superwoman.
Submissive wife. She's a breadwinner. Wait for it. Not to bruise her husband's ego.
Where are these only nights?
So we welcome you. Just came in at the right time.
So we say, oh, the submissive people, please gather here. You're not. Oh, the shining hammer is here for you. 18%. You people should come here. Hey, today when we say 18%, just know that we're referring all the people that voted for 18% of they are a virtuous. They are a woman. They submit to the 18%. Whenever I say 18%,
you have to show
it means submissive woman.
Yeah. So I think here the fact that this person tweeted about this is. I also read some articles yesterday, some research articles that confirm what this person is saying.
Research.
Yes, you know me now.
Where was I?
Publication. You give me assignment now. Not be telling me.
I told you to look at
during my break time. I better go and research on submission.
Oh yes,
I was doing that during my lunchtime.
Thank you for doing so. You submit to me. Thank you for doing your assignment.
I submit to you.
Carry on.
I don't submit to you now. Now we share the label.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Don't try yourself.
I'm sorry. Please carry on, my dear.
Yes, I was saying. So you have a lot of women. And this ego thing, I don't know whether the ego is for one gender only, because I also have ego. And people don't call it ego. Some people they call it ego. So you have women that this submission thing is not only in marriage, it's also from the relationship phase when you are dating and you go on a date.
That's why in the question we didn't say, do you want to submit to your husband? We say, woman, I submit to my man. We were very intentional. We were very specific about whether your husband, your boyfriend, your fiance, your side sugar daddy, because you got the. Sorry, that's for another video.
Yeah. So I read about it. I've forgotten. I'll probably put the link there. So in the article,
ego is different from ego.
There's ego and there's ego.
And there's also ego.
Ego is ego boost. IG.
Oh,
IGHO.
Oh, wow.
I won't say the ego. The ego we're talking about here has to do with the ones
big head. Speaking of even back, you could not say that we change our looks on this. We're not looking good. The hair is not fine.
When they're calling to the studio, they go tell us.
I mean,
so there are so many women, many women. Now they be the foundation and the pillar
They are the provider
in their relationship. They will be the one to provide the finance. They will also submit. No, they will earn. They will submit it.
Submit their salary.
They will submit their finances, finance, and they put on finances because some women they do many businesses too. Then the ego, the ego, you know what I mean? The ego will say, submissive, this is how I want you to spend it. And while you spend it, you have to say, I am the one disposing the funds. Then the culture will say, protect your head. Cover it. You have to cover your man. Cover it. He's your head. Even when it's a foolish
But
head.
you're not a cap and you're not weak, but you cover your head.
You cover your head. Then
when
only you go cook.
Stupid heads to be specific.
Only you go take care of the children. Then you hear the ego.
Night of common sense. I mean, read this thing.
Then you hear the ego.
No one read that. They compliment us.
For real, you guys are gorgeous. So in a non-misogynistic way. So now when you go come to the studio, when we want to hear
misogynistic man.
You won't drag.
But thank you.
Then you have then once in a while the ego will say, I will just help out with the kids. I want my food fresh. I want my things fresh and all that. So
ego prefer pounded yam to pando yam.
Yes, ego prefer pounded yam to pando yam. Ego prefers fresh soup. Perceiving it from as ego is coming back from the beer parlor. You know.
Tweet number 2.
Tweet number 2, yeah.
I was minding my business on Twitter. This tweet said they're even a bit old.
Tweet number 2.
Having this thing. Tweet number 2. Law tutor from nowhere. Law tutor came and said, even if a woman is paying for a date, she should always give her man money beforehand. That way he can appear to be paying for the dates. This is literally basic manners. And the fact that some of you don't know this is sad. Some of you women got your man out here looking weak. Things fall apart.
So I have a question. He who doesn't have money for dates, why should she who is going on the date give he the money? And also protect he so that he will not be weak.
Basic manners. It's basic manners. That's what he said.
What is basic manners?
How dare you? It's basic manners. Like, what the hell? So that the waiter will come and see the woman that will be paying. For what now? Let's hear from Tunde.
Tunde is very popular among Orobo women.
At
least building sites in Delta State, you will see majority women. They still have to submit as per culture, even as breadwinner. Tunde, you are not far from the truth. Because as worry girls,
we are also
Orobo girls.
And we know all these things.
Orobo girls. We know. Concrete, you don't see woman when they carry concrete.
Nothing men get 6-pack. Go to worry and see 6-pack
on carry concrete, still come house, make stash and wegri. Say they serve man.
And you know sometimes for the most part they have not even married her.
No, they've never married her. But they call my husband.
My husband.
Yes. Junior say there's nothing wrong for a woman to submit to her spouse, but it should be mutual. Some folks are very quick to reference the Bible and say the Bible says a woman should submit.
Junior, you can see the future of this
Junior, the way you are seeing into the future, it is too close.
Too close. There's a lot to talk. There is God, though.
I wish he knows. Negosa, they go straight. Let's do it like Negosa's voice. Stupid comments.
That's not how Negosa talks. Don't mimic Negosa like that.
No, why Negosa?
I know Negosa will come inside you talk today.
So toxic masculinity. It's her money. Why must she give it to you beforehand?
Because she has to be submitting from the relation, from the first date. She must submit
to protect the head,
to protect the ego. 18% must always protect the ego.
Any other tweets they follow on? Before we put in the link.
The next tweet is from Solomon Bucci on Twitter. And we'll start with the tweet thread. It's a long thread from 2019. We don't know if Solomon C holds these views, but they were very essential to this topic today. And we're going to start reading it. Solomon said, submission in love relationships between two consenting adults is a scam. It's so irrational because to expect someone to give you their will and be at your control, because this is what submission means. Instead, I believe in mutual respect, accountability, and service. Just ask men who believe in submission for pragmatic examples about how women should be submissive. It's basically respect, service, and accountability. But they still find a way to make it look mysterious because they want some demigod feeling that doesn't make sense. Scrap the word submission, and some men won't fancy marriage anymore because it's a way to control and exercise authority over a woman. But in reality, you don't need submission in marriage. What is when it's not a master-slave relationship. Number 2, he said, women, ensure to ask a man what his understanding of submission in marriage is before you enter one chance. You might think that he has sense, so you will be shocked. Many of these men just want someone to lord over. They want somewhere to make others be woke. The reason many African women are suffering in marriages is because they are submissive. In the comment section, please, do you agree with that? How many married people in this comment section say? Please, married women in the comment section.
You don't have to be married to
anybody, please. Do you agree with Solomon? They are submissive to the point where they rather lose themselves than lose their marriage. They prioritize their husband's joy over theirs every day. Submission makes a woman dumb. Hey, Jesus Christ. I don't know. That's a bit harsh.
That's a bit harsh.
I don't know if submission makes a woman dumb.
Yeah.
Because women are free to do whatever they
want to do.
Yeah. I mean, you can submit. It doesn't really concern.
Yeah, you can submit if you want.
Junior is saying,
I can't wait for you guys to put the link. I have something to say about this almighty submission. Okay.
Junior, we have listened to your voice.
We listening.
Felix is here today. Felix said that is not true. What's not true? Egosa say, bam! Solomon Buchi.
I am 100% anti-submission. Submission equals to domestic violence. Okay, the men are ready.
The link is there.
Today we are here to listen.
Did you even have any other?
I want to check if there's any other story.
Okay, maybe as people are coming in, we'll now talk about that story. Yeah, there are like three more tweets, but we'll hold off for when the panel is here, and then we'll put that in.
Yeah,
and talk about it.
So we have put the link in the comment section. When you come into the studio, right, and you click on the link, please, where you are watching the YouTube, you have to mute it so that it doesn't echo.
Everybody except Egosa.
So that it doesn't echo. Now let Egosa and I be special guests because when Egosa speaks, the panel
requires
the mute. We want to hear him.
So we said for freedom of choice. Yes, so we're on your side. Freedom of choice.
Yeah. That's fine.
Let us know what does submission mean to you.
What does submission mean to you? Yeah. Number 1. And then number 2. Number 1, what does submission mean to you? Number 2. What is number 2 again?
I don't know.
Are you for or against submission? With your reason. How many minutes they go get to answer to go get another hot?
We have another hot life.
Another hot life from Ukraine. Yeah. So the link is there. We can see Junior, we can see Felix. So we are coming, guys.
So add Junior first. Junior, you are here. Junior, you can go ahead. We can speak. I don't know if we can hear you yet.
Can you hear us, Junior?
Hi, how you guys doing?
We're doing good. Now this was the
Common sense sisters.
Now this guy voice there, young demo.
We're gonna go young demo this night.
To deliver. So
yeah, we have to go.
Yeah, you guys need to come and do some shopping, man.
Hey, now this kind voice now we will take go young demo. Hey, Samolu.
Samolu, greetings.
Okay, Junior.
Sorry, Junior. Please go ahead.
Why you gonna sorry? Laugh now.
Yeah. So the topic is very, very interesting because you see, the thing about marriage is a very complex thing. And if you're going to get into either relationship or marriage and you're already putting submission on the table, like, to me, is a red flag because this is supposed to be mutual, right? So this submission of a thing is something that our mother did for a very long time, just like what the last post talked about. Our mothers will rather, give a man money or just protect the man's ego in order for them to stay in marriage. To me, I don't think that is acceptable. Yeah. And I'm glad that women of these days are pushing that narrative that no, they cannot accept that. And I think that is where all this feminine nonsense is coming about. I mean, like, why should someone get married or be in a relationship where one of them is being suppressed? And it's okay just because you think, like, if you're not happy in what you're doing, then move. So I don't think the submission should come automatically. Like, for example, imagine a man who is not contributing to the household and he still wants the woman to submit. First of all, and like I said in my post, they will reference the Bible and say the Bible says, the Bible said this. So, but the problem is that even the same Bible said that a man who cannot provide for the family is an infidel. Okay, so when you want a woman to submit and the woman is also being the one to pay the bills and stuff like that, I mean, you as a man, I mean, if it's a circumstances that made the man to be in that position, I can understand because it's something that is supposed to be temporary. But as a man who is not contributing financially and otherwise, and you are forcing the submission on the woman, like, seriously, I think is uncalled for, and I don't think that is acceptable in the society of today that we live in, honestly.
Okay, Junior, thank you very much for your contribution. Can you hang in there? Like, maybe you can, we can mute. You can mute him. Oh, okay, yeah. So can you hang in there? So Felix, sure. let's hear from you. Maybe I mute you.
Common sense sisters. Hi everyone.
How are you? How are you?
I'm doing good. I think I'm doing better than you girls.
You said what?
I'm doing better. I'm doing better.
All of us are doing good.
I'm only cracking jokes.
If that's what you think, then that is his thinking.
If you are telling this your
regalia. This one where you wear and crack.
This is your regalia.
This one where you wear and crack on the show. Okay, let's hear your
anyway. The thing is that the first thing we need to know, let us understand the word submission. Submission comes in different forms. There are people that are submitted, you will never believe. They themselves don't know they are submitted. And submission comes in mutual agreement. What is submission? Submission is inability to do what you don't want to do, but you do them just because you want to please the other person. That is submission. And when love is involved, yes. When you wish not to, let me put it in a platform, in a simple language, when you don't want to do something, but you do that because you want to please someone, that is submission. And when we talk about love and marriage, it is a different game when we are talking about submission in general form, like in general relationship or in friendship. It's different because sometimes people do things. It depends where in the area we are talking about this submission in particular. And also we should understand that from the origin of men have this monopoly, like man is man and woman is woman. Even in the scripture, when the woman was caught in, I don't want us to go into
what Bible, is submission to you? Because we are talking third party generalization.
I need from the angle of marriage and Bible, but what does submission
mean to you? Because now it's like this relationship, right? For this whole thing is relationship, whether the person is dating or the person is married. So the question is, what does submission mean to you, Felix?
And are you for
or against submission?
I cannot say I'm against submission, and I cannot say I'm saying, that is why I say it's very, very critical topic that I want to clarify myself so that people will not misquote me. Okay. I'm not against submission because men are submissive as the same as women are submissive. So I will not say that we should rule it out. It's not true. In a relationship, everyone is submissive. Come what you put on the table. Submission means to me, let me just simple words. Submission means to me, ability to do something that is against my will, but I do it because I love somebody. It is part of submission. So that is what I say. I can't rule it out completely and say it's not workable. It's workable because me myself as well, I believe I'm submissive. I'm not submissive when my woman say, let me just take an example. I don't want you to talk to that woman. I don't want you to communicate with that lady anymore. This is my fiance talking this. For me to respect her opinion, I'm submissive to that order. Don't talk again for peace to reign between my relationship. I have to stop it. I see it as submission.
So that means like Amolu's comment, it's submission on both sides.
On both sides, that's what submission
means. Yes, it's submission on both sides. So I don't believe in monopoly.
Okay, so hang in there. Thanks for your thoughts. Hang in there.
Everybody, we're going to have Egosa speak, and we will not talk when Egosa is talking because we always echo. Everybody echoes. So Egosa,
please mute your mic.
We're muting you now.
Yeah, every other person, please mute your mic.
So that you can talk.
Why not they always mute my mic now? Is it still echoing again? I thought I fixed it today. Okay.
It's probably going to, is it echoing? Wait.
Is it echoing?
It's still echoing. Yeah,
Oh,
so
goodness me. I don't know. Maybe it's my provider. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. So we are on the definition of submission, right? What submission means to me, isn't it? Okay. For me, simply put, I want to go to that guy, the one of the tweets that you pasted earlier on. Is it Solomon Bucci?
yes,
Yeah.
which
I mean, yeah, the guy was excellent in my thinking. With the guy was just so excellent about what I was thinking. So simply put, submission means obeying my will. There is no submission halfway through. Submission is submission. Submission is that you have no voice. Your power is in the other person's hand, and you have to do the other person's will. You have to do the other person's bidding. So anybody who is submissive has no voice. If you are submissive, you have no voice. You basically hand over your power to the other person. So that's why I say that submission it is equal to a slave and master relationship, where the person you are submissive to is your master. You who is submissive, you are the slave. And a slave is submissive to the master. So according to what Felix says, Felix said earlier about submission and about doing no, is it yeah, okay, yeah, Felix. I just wanna, yeah. He said that submission is both ways. Simply put, yeah, I quite agree. But if his wife, for example, the example that he gave, if his wife says that do not speak to the other person, he can't just say, okay, I will not speak to the other person. What if the person is your boss? What if the person is your best friend? Will you just lose that relationship because your partner says so? Do not. You cannot just submit blindly. You have to have a conversation. So to me, I want to have a relationship where both parties are assertive, not submissive. Where both persons who are involved in that relationship are assertive. Because once you are assertive, you are able to voice out your opinion. Because submission, if you are in a relationship or husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever, you understand. So if one person is submissive in that relationship, then there will never be a conversation in that relationship, because one person you has to obey to the other person's bidding. So I am totally against submission, because it is a slave and master relationship. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ego. So we're going to and we'll just have the night of the still be.
Yeah, and Ego, so anytime you need to say something or to unmute, you can always we're on the private chat to see. Okay.
Yeah. If you let us know, we'll just unmute you.
Yeah. Come on, sisters. Today, I know they play today. Today, I mean business. Now, here we go settle this matter today. Today, I'm serious. Like, I they swing out today, both life, right and center.
When I see you with your pen, I know everything is serious matter.
Don't mind me. Yesterday, I go on left Friday. It's just my eyes never open well. So as today, give me time. I'm gonna get there. All right. Since we're just I'm just gonna shoot straight. Since we're just defining terms, so I'll keep it simple. Submission. We start with definition of terms, and it has no other meaning. It's just one. Which is yielding to the wishes of a superior authority. That's the understanding that a lot of people have. When you yield your will to another person that you consider superior. Now, I've heard a lot of nuance in the course of this conversation, and I think what I'm hearing is compromise. So people are basically equating compromise with submission. But traditionally, in the history of the world, even in fact, it was lifted directly from the Bible. We're not going to go there now.
We are going to the Bible today, so we are going to the Bible today.
Okay, all right.
Not now.
Okay, not now. Okay, so it's there's only one meaning, and we've come from a time
where women had no voice, they had no say, they were just good for the kitchen and spreading their legs and keeping the man happy. Matter of fact, in 2022, I've heard sermons from women. Remember, I told you, I call these people the gatekeepers of the patriarchy. These are women who justify this mindset. They will tell you, oh, you want to keep your man. You want your man to not cheat on you, do X, Y, Z. It's like the responsibility for the man to be responsible is put on the woman. So everything is about the woman. So you are there to serve at the pleasure of the man. So that's where we're coming from. Now, for me, I prefer what I call consensual deference rather than the word submission. So what I mean is I'm giving you my consent. I'm consenting to the fact that I'm yielding in any area. It could be in the bedroom, it could be in decisions, whatever. I'm the one giving it. So if we leave the definition of terms aside, I'm going to say it's your right, it's your prerogative to decide who you want to yield to. It's so I don't agree with what the gentleman Solomon Bucci said, women who submit are dumb. No, I think that's too extreme. But let people choose what they want to do. There are women who want to stay very, very traditional. They want to live life like they're in the 1700s. They have every right to do that. We cannot tell them what will make them happy. Okay. But then what I don't appreciate is the de facto understanding that when a woman comes into the relationship, she is less than. She is subservient to the man. And so the man is king. I've been in a church service where the preacher said the man is a god, is a god to the woman. Those kind of mindset, we need to do away with them. So summarily, I'll keep it simple. I don't support the cultural traditional understanding of submission, which is to assume that in a relationship that involves the man and the woman is less than. The woman is subservient. The woman, she's the one that has to compromise. She's the one that has to drop her career. She's the one that has to leave her job. She's the one that has to stay at home. She's the one that has to do all of these sacrifices, whereas the man is the champ, is the VIP, is the one that has to go out there and pursue dreams and things. I'm against that. The only middle ground for me is let everyone make their choice. You decide if you want to yield to somebody in a particular area, yes, but understand that you're still an equal partner. So that's my take, and I'll leave it there for now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have a fellow woman, the president of the Common Sense Squad, Amaka was all
the way from the Lone
Star. I cannot wait to hear what Amaka has to say on this one.
Then we'll talk about the other tweets.
Yeah, because we have another tweet story to talk about and get your opinion on it. So Amaka,
yes, can you hear me?
The two questions, we can hear you. So the two questions today is what does submission mean to you? And are you for or against submission?
Okay. For me, I really, really don't think in this day and age, and maybe the people I surround myself with, that anybody thinks about like the old adage as far as, or the old meaning of submission, meaning like just be someone's slave and be misused and abused. For me, in that sense, it's just pretty much abuse. An abusive person is going to be an abusive person regardless of what culture, what time they find themselves in. In this day and age, submission means to me like exactly what Felix said, as far as compromise, as far as having some kind of understanding and a deeper respect for who you're with, being able to learn each other's boundaries, because in every relationship there's boundaries, of course. So I'm saying, I've been able to say, okay, this is what I can deal with, and this is how I'm going to respect you in that sense. I am 100% for submission, because I feel like there's no relationship that's gonna work per se without each other submitting to each other, in the sense of to live with somebody for a long time. Trust me, it takes a lot of compromise, it takes a lot of patience, and it takes a lot of how do we make, what are we gonna make work, and how do we make it work? the whole idea of you don't work, I come back, I'm looking like a master of the some army, and everybody's running around trying to cater after you. I feel like that is abuse in that sense. Even when we go to the Bible, we can argue that Bible 20,000 times.
Yes, so
If you look at that Bible and actually read down, because everybody just takes that one, woman, submit yourself to your husband. You see what I'm saying? If you start reading down and we start dissecting that, there's no way, in the sense that if you actually follow that Ephesians, that Bible passage, Ephesians 5 that everybody likes to quote, that there's going to be any problem, in this world, in any marriage at all. Because that same Bible says, love your wife as yourself. And trust me, if you love somebody like you love yourself, you're not going to hurt the person. You're not going to want the person to be subservient to you. So I'm saying, in that sense. So I am pro, when it comes to that household, being able to give that man the respect they deserve. I'm not going to be like, because I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, where I'm not gonna do. You see, okay, it's okay. Hey, I'm cooking lunch for my husband. That's what I'm saying. They go, in this day and age, you still do that. People just almost like trying to almost like they're looking down on you. But hey, this is what works for me. In that sense, you see what I'm saying? I might decide to be like, okay, I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna make sure my kids are fed. I'm gonna make sure that my husband has a nice supply of food. That is what I choose to do, right? In that sense, and it's what works for us, right? And then in the other sense, there's a lot of things that he would choose to do. In that sense, okay, anything like in my house, if anything happens to my car, all I do is just make a call. I just saw this light's coming. You see what I'm saying? Go do it. So does it mean that I'm commanding my husband?
Amaka, I'm
Yes.
sorry that I'm cutting you in. I'm sorry that I'm cutting you in, and I know I understand why, and I understand that explaining. Egosa, your device is saying device is not connected, so you want to log back out and come in, because there's no way, there's no option for us to put it. It says that to reconnect for you. That's why. Sorry to cut you, Amaka. Sorry to cut you. So, so I hear what you're saying. So for you, you are for submission, and the reasons why you submit and why it works for you. That's what we're getting, right?
Yes. And also
what?
No. Also and when I don't mean it in the whole subservient, woman, okay, woman is on there or whatever,
It's your choice. It's your choice,
and it's your choice to compromise.
Yes.
To compromise. So you're doing it.
Yes.
Free will. Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to use another word. Give you another word to use. I will let you figure that word out for yourself. There's another word coming to my mind to understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. To understand it.
There are other tweets.
The other two, but Samuel will give his point and we'll give the tweets.
Okay, those are your devices. I don't know.
Those are your device. I don't know the village when they hang this your device. So. Samuel,
you are muted.
Hello.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Yeah, you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah,
hello, lady. Hello, commonsensesisters. How you doing?
Longest time.
Yes, so don't mind me. I've been busy. Even I just came. I went out. I just came back, and I said, "Oh, you guys must be online. Let me just check." That's and I'm lucky that I seen you guys online. So I didn't know the premise of this discussion, but I know that you're talking about submission. You always know my stand.
Yeah, so we have two questions, right? I mean, I knew you read the whole tweet. So it's about the submission. How a man wants his wife to be submissive, even though she's the breadwinner and all of that. That's like the main topic. But there are two questions everybody's answering for themselves individually, their own personal opinion. What does submission mean to you? The word submission, what does it mean to you? And are you for or against submission? I think something is tweaking in your background.
Not me. Are you sure?
Yes. Please, everyone else, mute your mic.
Something is tweaking. I'm hearing quickly. Okay, Samuel, please go on.
Okay. From my own perspective, my own opinion about submission, if there's anything called submission in marriage, which I don't really subscribe to. If there's anything called submission, I believe submission should be both ways. If you need submission, then let submission flow on both sides and direction. husband submit to your wife, wife submit. That is my own perspective, and that's my own belief. I am not, I don't have all this Christian belief, although I was born a Christian, but I see a lot of things that they use Bible to justify. Sometimes it can be manipulative, because sometimes I see Bible as a very misogynistic historical book that try to suppress women's voice, and some men use it to suppress women. So when they want to justify some of their actions, they will make reference to a particular place in the Bible, and just to justify some of their actions. I believe that in this current world we are now, in the decade we are in the world, I don't believe that at this time of the in this time of our life, some men will all still believe that their wife should be treated like they are second class in the hour, as if they are more superior than they were because they are the husband. Even though you might be the husband providing everything, that does not mean that your wife is lesser than you. I see really marriage as a partnership. So if there's anything that is called submission, I believe submission should be both ways. And that is my own opinion. And that is where I handle my marriage. We both submit to each other. If there's anything called submission, which I don't even talk about, but that is my own idea about submission.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. And I think
you wanted to.
I know you wanted to.
Have I answered both questions?
I'm sorry. Yes, you've answered both questions.
Yes,
yeah. Toby, I know that you want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You want to address the question.
So
can you hold the question?
Yeah, definitely.
I think those questions they will fade. They will get into.
They are getting into the
next
tweet we're talking about.
Because the next tweet has to do with the debates of the
Bible
itself.
thing.
Okay.
Okay. So we talk about some, obviously it's a relationship. Most of the panel I'm seeing you're talking about marriage point of view, which is okay. I've not heard anybody saying about regular relationships, or if they are submitting to their pastor. So this person tweeted that their auntie's husband was at their place yesterday to tell their mom that he's filing for divorce because the auntie trusts and respects her pastor more than him. So sometimes you hear stories like this where a man is complaining that, the wife is submitting to the pastor more than him. So there's like this issue. That's one side for the pastor one. Which other thing? Corey DeBello tweeted a few days ago too, where he said, in every relationship, submission is a two-way street, like most people have been saying on this panel. We just word it differently. When you choose to be with a partner, you've decided to submit your loyalty, attention, energy, service, and love to that person. So submission is not gender. I believe he wanted to be specific because I know that's
gender sensitive. English no balance.
So those are the two tweets that we had. Was there one?
I don't know if there's one more. So those are, I don't know if
there was another one, but as the conversation goes, we decide whether we want to bring it or not. Because apart from submission in marriage and submission, there was another tweet too. Okay, second to last one. Somebody also tweeted this and said, "Random. I just remember the day an in-law visited my house and asked for food, and I said the chef will prepare something, and he said he won't eat if I didn't cook. I said okay, and went to my room. He called me at past 11 p.m. to ask if the chef was still around. The chef had gone home. He ended up eating suya. He went out and got the suya himself. They called family meeting because of me again. It's not feminism, boss. I'm lazy." So a man named Franklin responded and said, "Everyone is laughing at these tweets. I don't find it funny. You are lucky you are not my wife. My brothers and sisters and all members of my family have permission to beat my wife anytime she does nonsense. It seems you're to a sin. Grow up and do better." So the general gist of this tweet and this question is, how far does submission go? Are you only supposed to submit to your husband? Are you, this is from a woman now, are you only supposed to submit now, including your spiritual leader? So where the pastors come to play as, the third party in the marriage, and also family. So are you now supposed to submit to your husband's family as well? Because it's all love and rosy when we say, submission is just me and because, this person, but there are other.
Because the word submission it's very, very. I I personally don't like the word. I mean, you are not my boss, you are not my teacher, so I don't have assignments that is due for you. If it's accountability and all that, mutual respect, that's fine. That's fine. But you see where the submission is becoming very distant. Now, the woman is submitting to her husband. But now, people see pastors or religious leaders as their spiritual fathers. So, in order of authority, in some women's heads, spiritual father comes before the husband. So they will submit to the spiritual father and cannot understand why their husband, whom they are submitting to, cannot understand that they are supposed to submit to this spiritual father first. So in what they call their spiritual father takes precedence over their home. It's like over their home. I'm coming, Amaka. Their overall authority over their home, right? This is my opinion, and this is what I know I really see. It's, as Toby said, it's freedom, it's free will if somebody wants to submit in their relationship or not. You're personally, am I for that word submission? No, it's a two-way street. I know today that the Bible debate is going to come out.
Yes.
We're very glad. We're very glad. The Bible debate is not only Ephesians. There are other parts that are tied to the whole. Since everybody's talking about marriage and relationship, it's tied to it, right? So now for the panel, now you people have questions you want to debate, whether for or against or argue.
I will start in this order.
Yeah.
So from Toby to Amaka and then to Felix. And then
Okay.
Amolu or Junior, they might indicated if they had something to say. So we'll start with Toby, please.
All right, guys. No, I just wanted to address the question that what's her name was asking about the scripture, child 20 February. Which is in Ephesians 5, where it says, wife, submit to your husband. Now, this right here is at the core of the problem. Now, every time I try to shy away from discussions about the Bible because I hate turning this into a Bible study. But you realize that we cannot avoid it because religion has been beaten into every fabric of our existence as Africans. We can't avoid it. Even in our everyday conversation, if I'm going to go do something tomorrow, I must add by the grace of God. I'm going to wake up tomorrow, I must add God willing. Our government cabinet meetings, they pray. They end the meeting, they pray. So they pay for people to go to Holy Land, Jerusalem, Mecca. So religion is interwoven. It's inextricably tied to who we are as a people. Now, to this question, remember where this guy is coming from, Paul. This, at the core of it, that you have to admit, there's a smidgen, a little bit of misogyny in this verse. This is a man who said he doesn't allow women to teach. He does not allow women to lead. He does not allow women to ask questions. In all of his vision, in all of his anointing, he could not foresee a world where women will lead, women will run homes, women will lead countries. He could not foresee that. And so he forbade women to occupy any kind of leadership position. That is the underpinning philosophy of this verse. In fact, it started way before him. Moses was telling them in Deuteronomy that if you marry a woman and she's not a virgin, you should stone her to death. It's in the Bible.
Okay.
Is in the Bible. So that's where we're coming from. So in 2022, you should not see that verse as applicable to our lives. No, it has to be called. Somebody was saying the man is the boss. Why are you using that language? Why can't you say co-CEO, which is a more acceptable language to me? Why would you say de facto he's the boss? You know why? Because you're setting yourself up for abuse. At some point, this guy is going to have the mentality of a demigod. He's going to abuse you. He's going to take advantage of you. So let's begin to use the proper language. The Bible is not the final authority when it comes to common sense. Common sense. Understand that these guys wrote based on their biases and their understanding of the world at the time they were writing. The world has evolved. We're in a different time now, and I'm still a Christian.
Okay.
I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, Toby.
Jay is eating.
Oh, Jay is eating.
Jay is eating.
Okay.
So we'll have Amaka, Felix, and then Jay. Jay, please continue eating.
So, Amaka, are you ready?
Yes. It's, I don't even,
If you're not ready, then
Okay.
you can hang in there, and then we bring someone while you gather
No, no,
your
no.
team. Are you ready?
No. I can say. So from what you read, as far as the guy saying, the wife, if not the whole family has a right to be the wife as part of this argument. I'm like,
Yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. That is a sick person and a sick family. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it doesn't even like this is like we're talking about sick people that are crazy in that sense. I mean, come on now. In this day and age, it's toxic. It's sickening. Why in this day and age, you say someone has authority to beat your wife? I mean, these people should not even be considered as human beings. I mean, at this point, this is abuse. And if you look at the woman, I feel sorry for whoever he is with. You know, that is what I'm saying. I mean, in that sense, in that sense, you can't just say, "Oh, submission should be me mistreating you or whatever." Right? And I really do agree that in that passage of the Bible might have been written based on the time we're in, and even till today, women are still looked down upon by men overall when it comes to like. I guess in this, I mean, I don't think no matter how much we've evolved, I don't think that is going to go away anytime soon overall because even in the day-to-day job, you get into a job with a man, you might be more smarter, you might be more hardworking, but you see the guy roll past you, like the next thing you're like, maybe this was why I entered this job with. You see what I'm saying? And it's nothing else but like the whole manpower is a man's word overall. But in relationship wise, I mean, also haven't been being with the same person I've been with like since I was 21. I cannot say that any relationship will come. And I love that word submission in the sense that when you're with somebody and you want to make a relationship work, you have to figure out what the person's before you get in. What are your boundaries? What is the boundary? What line are you not willing to cross, and what line are you willing to cross? And when you figure that out, okay, how do we make this work? In my mind, submission is. This is what works for us. So I'm saying this is how this guy wants to be treated, and this is how he wants to be respected. And you yourself have put up your own stipulation. This is how I want you to treat me. This is what I want. This is the amount of respect I want. And everybody toes that line. So to be able to match and kind of create that whole family venture and move, And then in a company, the reason why they have even overall, I always tell my husband, yeah, it could be the head all you want, but I'm the neck. The neck turns. If the neck starts to stand straight, that head is going to stand straight. If the neck turns right, the head turns right. If the neck turns left, the neck, and that's how it works. Even when it comes to like company, they have there's a reason why they have hierarchy and the way people push. I mean, I feel like people push like the way it works. People have different different positions because that's how it works. Everything is in sync. Me saying okay, I'm a modern woman. I hate that word or whatever. So I'm saying in that sense, might just mean like okay. Or how did you say that? I know how we all think, and I know how if you want to push like the whole women power, and trust me, I'm 200% for women power.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying.
My
But
understanding of what Amaka is saying
is compromise.
Yes,
it's compromise and mutual respect.
That's what I'm hearing.
You both see
each
each
other. He respects you. You respect him.
Yes.
I'm against that whole hierarchy of head and neck.
Yeah, I'm not for it.
Everybody has body parts.
Exactly. because the thing is, it is because of the word submission. That's why that man can have the audacity to have that truth. Because they tell the woman, when you marry into the man's family, where the guy is supposed to protect and all those things. Some of them, they don't do that. So what I'm hearing from Amaka is more like compromise, mutual respect.
He respects you. He's
accountable to you.
Yes. I feel like even pre-biblical times.
The word submission is to authority. That's the basic English definition of it. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the reason why that word is very, very It's very misused and abused.
It's more negative than positive. That's why compromise is a better word for it.
Because people haven't evolved. I feel like people have not evolved in that sense.
Number two, right? The whole Paul and the Bible thing is a letter he wrote to people in Ephesus. Paul had different churches.
Corinthians.
He had different churches. And when you read the whole same scripture, the way he treated and handled situations is customized to the people in that jurisdiction where his own church was. So when he said things in Ephesians, it's different from what he told the people in Corinth. I will just leave it as that so that the next person would like talk. Who's going next? I think Felix is going next. Felix, are you ready or we'll put in the next person?
Don't worry, I'm ready.
Oh, Junior, okay. Ready. Okay.
So Felix is ready. Felix will go, then Jay, then Junior. I don't know, Jay, if you have not finished eating, then Junior will go. So Felix, please go on.
Okay,
right?
Let me.
With regards to the tweets that we just read and all that stuff, and then your opinion around it.
Yeah, the thing is that I don't want us to take this thing deeply to the scripture, because if we take it deeply to the scripture, there will be a lot of confusion here. And also, we should also.
Why, Felix?
I'm coming. I'm going to make my point. You know, as a theologian, let me also direct this that English Bible is not an English word. It's just a translator. And there are a lot of errors while translating, which they are trying to.
Are we going to go there? Are we really going to go there?
That is what I say. I don't want to go. I don't because. No, because
honestly.
Okay.
Sisters, please let him land. I'm trying to see where Felix is going. Let him land. Go ahead, please.
And also, we should understand the difference between religion and Christianity. When you talk about religion, you are talking about the general thing, Hinduism, Buddhism, and all whatnot. When you talk about Christianity, you divert it to the Bible. So let me just take it straightly to the Bible, which we call about Christianity and not religion part. Because when we bring religion part, we are bringing Muslim inside, which their Quran say a different thing. So I don't want us to go there. Let us take it now and debate this case as a Christian.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Strictly Bible.
Okay, so that is
strictly Bible. Yeah, carry on, please.
Okay. Now, let me just quickly read this place in the Bible. I know that we are talking about Ephesians 5, but let me read this particular place in the Bible in Matthew 19:4.
Yeah.
Welcome to church, people.
I want to clarify something. No. We need to. That is why we need. If you want to make this thing clear, just the word submission is a very big word in the. But it's true. You don't want to give me time.
We bring another one that is small.
Okay. Let's just read this.
Felix, address the verse. Address the verse. Just address the verse, please.
Is the verse is
you guys shall allow him to read it.
Okay.
The verse is addressable by himself. Haven't you read? He replied that at the beginning, the Creator made them male and female and said, for this reason, a man will leave his father and the mother and be united to his wife, and two of them becomes one flesh. And the general word here is that nobody put hen asunder in this issue. That means husband and wife have their personal identity. Why I'm saying this, that post on that Twitter doesn't make sense. Because when you are married to your wife. My mother to be frank, the way I love my mother, I cannot, when my wife say, assuming, my wife says she's tired to cook, and my mother wants to force her. Honestly, I will go and buy my mother a bar. Because my wife is my wife. My wife says she's tired. My wife is to me. He said, leave your father and your mother. And this thing call for responsibility, which submission comes in. When two people are in agreement and become one flesh, two of them mean to submit to themselves. Not particularly, it's monopoly of the scripture. Sorry, let me finally say, it's monopoly of the scripture in our Christianity that brought the issue of submission. I ended there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Junior, go. When Felix said he wanted to read there, you guys, sorry, I sounded like I don't read the whole chapter, and I'm like,
Felix,
you don't fear.
We also get Bible here.
So we're like,
so we are so pretty.
I can't laugh.
Junior, Jay, we go. Jay, please. I love
you. Junior, go on.
No, I was gonna say I'm laughing because Felix has made me forget my thought, but I think I remember. But hold on, guys. There is something that Toby said that really made sense. So he said, like, Elad, you were saying that you don't like the word submission and stuff. I'm sure if you interview a lot of women out there, they will actually tell you that they do, just like Amaka said, and Amaka had explained in her own time that she does. So a lot of women out there will tell you that as long as my husband doesn't beat me, he provides for the family, he takes care of the children and stuff like that, they are fine. The submission is there and all that. So I think it's the language here, the language submission. Maybe back in the day, where how many years ago when the Bible was written, maybe they would have used a better word than the submission, because I think a lot of people has manipulated that word to subdue either the wife or somebody is losing in a relationship. So I think that is where the problem lies. I did want to reference something that you read about the man. Correct me if I'm wrong. The husband is filing for a divorce because the wife honors the pastor.
I will put that here. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Honors the I've actually heard that story before. I mean, some women actually do that, which I don't understand why. I think I call that brainwashing actually, to the point where the wife will honor the pastor instead of the husband. I mean, if you've ever heard a word that says, if your Christianity does not work at home, do not bother exporting it outside. There is no reason why a woman should be doing that. Like, I mean, it is even very fair to say that any woman that does that to the point where the man is filing for a divorce, if that is the only reason why he's doing that, maybe he felt disrespected and stuff like that, most people will say maybe she's having an affair. What does she have with the pastor? I mean, there are things against this that shouldn't be happening, because really it got to a point where a pastor can convince somebody to the pastor, well, you don't listen to your husband whom you live with. I mean, to what degree of disrespect is that? So I myself particularly does not subscribe to that. I think that is not, I mean, men in of itself, we have ego. Then you have a wife who doesn't listen to you but listen to someone outside. And one thing I did want to also mention, I think you did read something about um uh I think the wife was taking their marital issues outside of the home. I think that only happens, or that should only happen only when maybe if you're having marital issues and it's not being settled, like you're having irreconcilable differences. But usually,
there was no marital issue. I think that one was of an in-law came into the house and they wanted the wife to cook.
Yeah, they were saying
and the wife was like,
the chef would do it.
He didn't want to eat the chef's food. He wanted the woman to cook. And so after the woman refused to cook, the man in the night went to go and buy suya, and they called family meeting. And a guy responded to that and said, people are laughing about it, but it's not funny. If he's married, his wife is, the mother, the father, the whatever, have the license to beat the wife and all this stuff.
Which is what Amaka was saying, that is
an abuser. And that's very, very true.
Yeah, which
is that's very inconsiderate. That's very inconsiderate of the man.
To submit to the husband.
That's
in reality, if he's only submitted, in reality, is he only the husband? In the reality of the day-to-day Nigerian woman, is he only the husband she's actually submitting to?
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry to cut you off, Junior.
Well, you talk about submitting to, when you get married as a woman, you respect your husband, and that respect translates to the in-laws. So everybody in there. So it's not submitting. You are not submitting to your husband and also submitting to your in-laws. So the husband should be sensible enough to understand when your wife says she's tired. Should understand when the wife said, okay, I'm not able to do that, and not going outside to go and buy suya or getting angry because the wife hasn't cooked. Like, I mean, these are the things that we heard our fathers, our grandfather did. I mean, who does that in this day and age? I don't think he's sensible enough. And I think it is small of a man to do that kind of a thing. I'll leave it there for now.
Thank you so much for elaborating on that. I wanted somebody to actually say something along those lines. Please, Jay has finished eating. Jay,
sorry. I joined and I was like, oh my gosh, I needed to let you guys know before I start showing on the mic. Anyway, nice to see everybody. Happy Saturday. Okay, so I'm going to answer that. The first question that you asked the panel is, what does submission mean to you? And I agree with everything that Toby said, is that submission is essentially giving your will to somebody because they are in superior authority to you. I don't subscribe. I've never, I said it in the comment section, I've never subscribed to submission. I never will. And for me, it's just because I don't live my life by the Bible that we're talking about. That's not something that I subscribe to in general. So my perspective is a little bit different.
Okay.
Now to answer the question, like, I don't know, like submission, what everybody I feel like has been describing, or what most people have been describing submission to me means more of compromise than submission. And I feel like to even have any relationship, before we even get to like marital relationship or what's it called, or like boyfriend girlfriend relationship, just to exist and have cordial relationships, you have to compromise one way or the other. At work, sometimes somebody says something and you completely disagree with it, or you're not happy with it, you have your own reservations. Sometimes you just go with the flow to allow peace to reign. And I feel like, why do we think that when it turns into a relationship, it becomes something else? Like it morphs into this whole other thing. It's still the same compromise. It's just you have, more deeper connection with the person that you're choosing to be with. So that's why I'm like, it's not like this whole submission thing. I just feel like it's just another element to make women a little bit more subservient, because it's like, what makes somebody the head of the home? To me, that's a genuine question that I'm still yet to get a response from. What makes somebody, one person amongst two people that come together to make a family, what makes one person head and the other person not the head? Is it no, seriously, I want somebody to answer that question for me, because if you can define it, then we can now start talking about what submission means in that regard. Because I don't think that two adults that bring two different things to the table, one person should automatically be the head and the other person should be the I don't even like that neck comparison, because I'm like, you're both equal partners with equal body parts. You guys are coming together to have a partnership, right? So it's like, when we start saying, if we want to start moving away from that whole submission conversation and making women subservient, then I already fundamentally have an issue with somebody being the head and then somebody being the leader of the household. It's just, the whole thing just, I'm not down with that at all. But everything that Toby said, I completely agree with it as well. Like, submission is not something that I subscribe to. I don't recommend it. But you can do you. If it works for you, fine. But for me, absolutely not.
Okay. There's somebody that people are going back and forth in the comment section. Please, we'll put the link for you. Please, wherever you are,
come to the panel. Come to the panel.
Tomi Olaguju, that's who you are. Telling me I'm a man.
Please, we're meeting you. We can't dance. You can be dealing with the person in the comment section. Samolu, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Are you eating?
Sorry, I had some fish and I had the bowl stuck in my throat, so I'll be talking gently.
Sorry,
I'm trying to clear it. I don't know. So,
you want us to give you some time?
No, I will talk.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's not the way if I did it, you go swallow, you go push the body.
Tamolu, share that fish, I beg. Share that fish.
I'm trying to do something to clear it. I don't eat them, but anyway. Okay. Well, coming to the two posts you put on, from my own perspective, still talking about submission. Number one, I want to believe that, there are two type of human being we have on we have people that are more liberal in their thinking and their views, and there are people that are very conservative. Let's put religion aside, because number one, I as a person, I was like I said, I was born to Christianity. I was raised as a Christian, and I see a lot of things in the Bible that, to me, that I've questioned, and I don't believe that I should be running my life with stories of 2,000 years ago. To be running my life in this century, because I see Bible as the only book that has not been revised over time. If you see chemistry book, physics, different type of book have been, there have been a revised version, that comply with the current current way
Social
of
norms.
living.
Yeah.
Social norms that Bible is social. There are a lot of things. People can quote the Bible and quote a particular verse or chapter that suit their purpose at the currently. There are places in the Bible that says that you must have beards. If somebody is rich, they should stone him or stone her or this. We still want to do that this century? No, you can't. So that's why I see that some of these things in the Bible we can want to justify as much as possible. Bible, someone was saying Bible is a word of God. It's not a word of God. They are a word of men. Some of them they will claim that they are inspiration from God. So let's put that one aside. But I want to talk about two type of people that we have. There are women that are very conservative. They like that submission. They want to be submitted to their husband. No matter what you say, they believe that they are not equal to their husband. I respect that. I respect women who are so, and they have men that also have that kind of mentality. So if those kind of people come together and they want to live their life like that, it's okay, as long as they don't abuse it. They don't, but there are some people like me that don't really believe that in this century that a woman should be second class in her home. A woman should be subjected to should believe that should be like a subject in our house, why the husband should be an object. Like myself and my wife, we see ourselves as partners, and my wife take decision even when I'm not there that concerns the family. In fact, I leave most of the decision to her to take, and she will just consult me and say, oh, I've done this. I say, oh, that's fine. In fact, I give her the opportunity to make the most of the decisions about the home, because I believe in judgment. That is the way I see. And coming to the tweet you put on, that the woman was saying the family came and was asking the wife. It depends on how you present your wife to your family. That is when somebody will call a family meeting asking my wife to go and cook for him, or because my wife did not cook for him, so he should come to family meeting. It won't even happen. When I was dating, I don't even present my girlfriend to my family, for them to send her on an errand or this. Because when we were growing up, our cousin that they had girlfriend, when we were doing party, their girlfriend will come and be washing plates. I used to laugh at them and mock. I say, no, my girlfriend will not even come and do this. To come and wash plate for who? I remember when I was single, I was dating a particular lady. Then she came to our house, and we were together in my room, and she was saying my mommy is cooking, that she wants to go and help my mom. I said, did I ask you to go and do that? I have a sister who is also helping my mom in the kitchen. You are a guest here. It's not your job. So don't try and what they don't. They didn't call you. Please don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. I never allowed her to go and say she wants to go and be helping my mom in the kitchen. Say, my mom is not asking you to come and do that. I'm not even asking you. No, don't do that to yourself. That's the kind of person because it's the way you present your partner, your wife, or to your family. That's the way they will be. Somebody will be able to call a family meeting and will try to discuss all these things. So, in my own opinion, I believe that husband and wife are equal. If there's anything called submission, it should be both ways. But however, I don't even believe in the word submission. I believe in mutual respect, mutual love each other, respect each other, and no one is superior to another in any relationship.
Okay.
Amen.
And I want to quickly call your attention to this. Why is it that when we are doing boyfriend and girlfriend, we don't request for submission? The moment people exchange rings and they are called husband and wife,
One of the tweets here we read, somebody said, if you are going on a date, and the woman is the one paying, she should give the money to the man. Mm-hmm. That's just manners. So people are requesting boyfriends and submission.
Sorry, I just wanted to add something to that. Like, I have seen people in relationships and they're not dating, they're not even engaged, okay? And the guy is already asking that his food should be ready. by the time he gets home from work if they're living
Man.
together. So yeah, there are people exactly. So there are people that fully subscribe to submission. To me, I just feel like they're looking for mates, but that's an aside. And sorry, I don't want to derail the conversation, but there's somebody in the chat.
So
like,
no, Joe, we don't give attention to certain things.
Yeah.
We see everything going on.
We see everything going on.
We put the link.
I just feel like the person should just join. And
the thing is that sometimes, right? Myself and my sister, we've been on so many live streams with different people's channels. Sometimes it takes some people time and courage to be able to, how would I put it now? Call in
and voice
what they are typing. You know,
so the type to call to me, let the person
but
call
then,
me.
But then don't insult those who are sharing their opinion.
Decorum, please. So on here, we cannot, what do you call it? No matter how much you suggest to some people to call in, they don't have the courage yet. Maybe it's not the right time yet, and you have to give some people time. They can. That's why the chat section is there to debate.
And finally, we're getting variety of
ideas. So we have to give people time. When we started the live, not everybody that used to call immediately. People took their time to start calling. So whenever the person is ready to call, whether now or in the future
or in the second live
show, you know,
because if you're angry for this first live show, can you handle the
second live show? So we're wrapping up this one, and I'm very thankful for the different perspectives we all have, and how everyone is standing on what they believe in, on what they believe in, and what's working for them. So we are rounding up now because the next live show is we're going to Ukraine, you people, and it's tough. It's tough. Amaka, are you ready?
We'll start with Amaka. Everybody, 2 minutes.
So that we'll close. Amaka, are you ready?
Oh yes, I am. Actually, sorry, I have to run because me and my family were even on a vacation. So make I just join this one. Enjoy this one small. It's their spring break, so we just left right after school. Yes. But anyway, oh my God, I forgot to tell you guys, I love the hair. You guys look good, man. Making me want to go start growing my hair.
Big for the channel.
Make for the serious.
Yes.
I know. That's what I'm talking about. Are you serious? It's so pretty.
Thank you. Yeah.
I love it. But anyway, my thing is that there's a reason when two partners even start a business, someone takes the role of a president, while another person takes another role of a vice president and all that. That's all I'm just saying, okay? You can't just people have their strengths and their weaknesses, and people have angles where they come into a relationship and just this is. I mean, I can never gonna even in the real sense, no matter how much you try to say it, as a girl, go fight a man. There's no way in that way. So if you want to start pulling muscles, muscles for muscles, I believe in partnership, and I feel like even before pre-biblical times, even now, I'm Igbo, my Igbo culture, it's nothing about the way they treat women or whatever, in fact, let's not even go there, even without Christianity or without Islam or without anything, it's always been a setup where women are oppressed in any side that wants to oppress them. So we can't put that two together, and I even feel like if we actually doing like if this was a Bible study, and we start bringing that, we actually bring that Bible, and I believe in the Bible. I'm a Christian, strong one. Let's not even. So I'm not even going to say that word is like A and amen to me. But if you bring that particular verse and we start arguing about it, and anybody starts saying you must submit, when we go down the drain, that might not even have mouths. But by the time we are done with that particular chapter or whatever, the person will not even have mouth. We'll start arguing that. But I believe that in a family, when people get together, there's always a role to play. There's always like people's strengths and weaknesses. And when you bring those together, you find out what works for you two, and you find out how you guys can cohabit peacefully. The idea of marriage and family is just kind of, I feel like, to get together to raise the future generations. How do we make this work? What works for you? What works for me? How do we compromise? How do we respect each other in a way that we can raise kids that are sane? In this world, no kids are going to grow up tomorrow and start looking to be wife beaters, to the point that we're going to actually encourage your own family to also continue to be to be stupid and crazy. So I'm saying. Yes. So I feel like anybody that uses the Bible in this negative way or to suppress people, you don't even want to be around them. You do not want to be around them. You don't even want to be associated with those kind of crazy people, because it's crazy and dysfunction. And in that word, it says, I mean, if we would start reading that word, men, love your wife as yourself. So the word submission to me means each other, compromise. Maybe I'm on the phone, okay? Compromise, respect each other, build something, figure out each other's quirks, and see how you can walk around it. Okay, let's say I like to drink with white cup, and the person I'm with does not like white cup in any way, shape, or form. So can I manage this cream? So at least you're able to tolerate it. Are you gonna be able to tolerate a cream looking cup? You say, and
No,
then when
for
we
me, the white
it's what I'm saying. That's like a middle ground. So it's not like, okay, because I choose to use cream because that way he's able to tolerate it. Oh, because of that. Oh, you're being too submissive. Oh, and I will hear women that say, which kind of be this? You're being too submissive in this day and age. Whatever works for you is fine. Whatever works for me is fine. I feel like people have their roles in general. And men have their crazy. No matter what, even if we scrap religion, men are still gonna have their egos regardless. That's what I'm saying. It's just people that some people tune theirs to the highest. Some people know how to have a middle ground where they respect you and you respect them, and you guys grow. Okay, all right, that's my spiel.
Because if I leave you, I know say you go past 5 minutes. Amaka is no, she's naturally a passionate person. Yes. So yeah, I like to interrupt her sometimes, but I know say the next show you would appreciate the reason why I'm rushing everybody. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, I have to watch that one. Make I guide these kids go swimming park. I beg, go.
Thank you.
You guys take it easy.
All right, bye. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you,
Toby. 2 minutes, please. Final words. 2 minutes.
Definitely. I think I'll use my 2 minutes too. You guys already know where I stand, so I'm not gonna be redundant. I will use my 2 minutes to address the religious component. This is very important, guys. We can sit here, we can laugh, and this is serious, and we are addressing this seriously. But I have friends who are in this situation. I have friends that are currently going through this situation in their marriages, in their relationships. And instead of allowing common sense to prevail, you have abusers who are justifying abuse with the Bible or with the Quran, whatever the case is. They are not willing to listen to reason. They're not willing to respect the other person's opinion, even see them as a human being. All they're interested in mindlessly lifting a verse from a book that was written before man discovered fire. So this is crazy, and we have to begin to confront these things. Anybody can believe whatever they want to believe. I don't have a problem with that. The problem is going to come when you start seeing the impact of the belief system in society, because at some point it's going to come to you. Somebody a friend of yours, a family member, it's going to come to you. That is why this is a very critical conversation. Finally, if anybody disagrees, we've disagreed on this platform several times. I've disagreed with you guys on a few times, and there is mutual respect. There is courtesy. Nobody has the right to hide behind their keyboard and be insulting other people. If you are sure of your opinion, you come on the platform, you call in and let us know how you disagree. I'll leave it at that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Toby. Thank you.
Yeah.
See you on the next live show.
Sure. Thanks.
Today.
Now we have to beg him to be calm now.
Junior,
are you ready?
Junior of Yorkdale.
2 minutes, Junior.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm almost done my stuff. Very quickly. Sorry,
Junior, please carry on.
Yeah, so I think I'm probably going to take less than 2 minutes anyway. So, I mean, everyone on this platform, I think we all agreed we are all on the same page. I mean, the word submission, is not something that you demand in a relationship or a marriage. It comes as a mutual respect. Your behavior, your attitude will show, in of itself to your partner or to whoever that you are dating. And they will do the same. They will just reciprocate. They will do the same to you. So there is no point of us demanding it, because marriage is or relationship is supposed to be enjoyed and not endured. So there is no point of us demanding for this. And if an issue arises, discuss it. Communication is a first step in every resolution of any conflict. So that's all I want to say on that.
Okay,
thank you so much, Junior. We'll see you short and sweet. We'll see you on the next live.
Okay. Thank you.
Keep your energy for the next
Keep
life.
your
It's
energy.
going to
We
be
need
hot.
it. We need it.
Okay.
Okay.
Who will go first? The two people that are eating.
Samuel, let's go to Kent.
Yes, we are going to Kent.
Samuel,
Please.
are you ready?
The man of Kent.
Yeah. So what's my final word?
Yes,
so
before the
this
next live, before we go to Ukraine.
I thought I've given my final word. Okay. Okay. What's my final word is still the same. That everybody. I don't even know what.
Well, it's okay. We know what the final words and we know where you stand.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And we'll see you. Yes, we'll see you in the next slide. The next slide is hot.
Take care of that bowl, please.
I'm still trying to work. I just made a bar to clear it.
Yes,
please
I
take
think
care
so.
of the
If you use a bar,
to clear
it will help.
And sometimes it might have gone, but the pain will still be there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our submission cause all these things. We'll see you, Samuel, in the next live. We'll end with Jay.
Hello.
Hey, Jane.
Honestly, like I don't have anything else to add. I just feel like, yeah, do what you
Please submit 2 minutes. Submit 2 minutes.
Yeah, do what you need to do and whatever works for you, but don't start imposing your beliefs on other people, and don't rope people into your own school of thoughts, especially when you don't make that upfront from the beginning. Because I find that that's where people start having problems, is when you don't talk about your need for submission, and then all of a sudden you want somebody to submit when you never agreed that was how you're going to do your relationship. So that's all I'm going to say. And you know what, compromise is important. Like I said earlier, even when you're having relationships with friends, co-workers, sometimes you have to compromise, and don't remove that all of a sudden when you're in a relationship. It's something that you have to work on, maybe even a little bit more, because you're spending more time with the person. But submission to me is just a toxic terminology that we're trying to imbibe in today's world, and it's not going to work. Anyway, we'll see you in the next live. Thank you so much.
Jay. So we'll see y'all.
We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. We agree with you. And today is echoing something that we also see with some very, very important points.
Let conservative women be with conservative men. Likewise, let the liberal men be with the liberal women. That's just common sense. Thank you, Tunde.
If you are for submission, be with who also
is for submission.
Yeah. If you are not for it, find your kind.
Find your kind and develop your tribe and create what works for you. Thank you, everyone, for contributing to the platform.
We enjoy the diverse point of views. Very beautiful.
And everyone standing in their own truths for their different perspectives, right? Please, we know that in the heat of the debate, people are always very excited. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, Biko, please. And until we see you next time, which is in 2 minutes.
Yeah, for the next live show. Please come with the same energy. If you'll be watching this afterwards, leave a comment in the comment section. If you were also on the live panel, you can also leave a comment in the comment section. Are you for or you are against it? What does submission mean to you?
Yeah, that's it. And see you soon. May common sense
never depart from you.
Bye.